it's gonna be our first video on our page, and so we will be talking about our family and most of the topics concerning the couples. And so, firstly, my name's Daniel. This is my wife.
I'm Adele. Nice to meet you.
All right.
So we are actually going to be moving in less than 30 days. And this move has, I guess, been something we've been talking about for over a year, but now it feels like it's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, because as a married couples and we have a son, the move is always something we have to deeply look into it, because when we make a move, like before we had a son, it's just about us tomorrow or next day with things about, something's not right with this move, we can easily change our mind. But having a son with us, that means we have to look deeply into it so that, everything that's going to be concerning us and that state we're moving to would also be put into considerations, because we have a son which is going to grow up soon. It's going to be walking and running around, and everything around us, the environment, we all have to put all of that into considerations. And so that's what makes this moving so difficult for us. It's gonna be our first big steps to take, right?
Yeah. And I think so it all started because we wanted to start a business. And I think at the time when we were making those decisions, we were not pregnant. We were not thinking about starting a family right away. We had just gotten married. And then everything kind of seemed like it was falling into place. But then once we found out we were pregnant and we were like having a baby, I think that's when everything kind of changed. Everything kind of shattered. Like we put everything on pause and we started going on, I don't know, like autopilot when it comes to everything.
Yeah, so us having a son, like she said, changed a lot of things that we had planned earlier. We had different plans, and of course there are plans which we can put on a pause, and there are those which we could not put on a pause. In fact, we were having the dilemma of which states to move to. We have two different states to move to, and it's not just about the love that we have for these two states. It's because of the programs that we are going to pursue in these two different states. In one state we have the business we have started, and for that business to come to life, we have to move to that state. We have had everything, we have the business registered, and so all we have to do is just go and run the business. And the other, I was having the program to go and pursue on that state. I have some document, I have some license that I'm gonna get, and specifically it's from that state that I have to go. Now we are faced with this dilemma. We have a son with us, we have a business to run, and we have also a programs specifically for me that I have to go and get in that state. And so here it gives us a lot of headaches. What do we do now? Right. Do we give up on the business, or do we give up on the document that I am going to get? And the two things have to be done almost, within this same year.
Right.
So that put us in a very narrow corner. Mm-hmm. Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I feel like it was like, and even now it's a little bit scary, because like you said, like we have a baby now, and so the idea of just getting up and go, it's like, you don't want to mess up your kid, and like to the point where it's like you're unstable, you're going to an area that you don't know about.
So anyway, in this situation, yeah, I think a lot of people may even give example of how they had faced difficult situations of their life when they first got married, or when they were still young couples. And of course, I know we will get through all of this, and in the long run, we will be able to look back at it and say, you know what, there was a time when we had this situation going on with us, and finally we got through it, and we are all optimistic in whatever may come along our way. We know everything will be all right, and yeah, at the end, maybe few weeks down the line, we will be making another video and say, "Woo, this is what we make. We make these decisions, and it's worked through." So we're not too much worried about that. But the truth is that we are faced with tough decisions to make. So what do we give up on? What don't we give up on? One has to do with the business we're working on, and this business we have put in a lot of money. We have put in almost to 20 grands, and so letting it go right now, that simply mean it's a big loss, and it's not about like let's just put it on the pulse and maybe later we can take it up on done. But in these situations, we either stop it totally and lose everything, or just keep it on a pause while it's still taking money from us. On the other hand, these documents which I'm looking to get, it's very important to the point that it actually affects us as a family without having this document, because everything is basically tied to the other. So it's not that easy decisions to make, but I know maybe in the coming days we'll be able to make a video about it and say, yeah, we got through it and we make it, and hopefully it's gonna be a better decisions. Meanwhile, we will be going through it and see it through different angles and see all the best decisions for us too, and for also our son, and for the future of our family. Yeah.
So what would you say, like, with our situation, what would you say, like, where we messed up?
I don't think I would call it messing up. Just like you said at the beginning of the video, we thought of the business decisions because we didn't know that we were having a son coming up. And so the fact that we had a son in between from the time we started the business to now, this derail a lot of things. Had we not have a son, that means we would have moved early on,
probably
established the business, keep it running, and then go on with the other.
I think for one thing I noticed too was, like, once we started the business, it started becoming like almost a burden.
Sure.
And I think we had to really shift our mindset, because it's like, it's not a burden, it's a blessing, but it can very much be a burden if we just allow it to just sit there. Like, it was to the point where, like, sometimes thinking about it just made me feel stressed out, and so I would just shut my mind away from, you know, thinking about it or trying to look into it. And I think that was one of the challenges that we had, because I think we did kind of like put it away for a while. We didn't talk about it anymore.
And we just spending money without.
And of course, it's still taking away, like, the expenses are still, like, we're still paying for them. So, like, financially, we're obviously, like, trying to support this business, but then
bleeding basically.
Yeah.
So we're bleeding financially. So like my wife said, most of the time we would be thinking, like, did we mess up? Why did we do this? It put us in a situation where we're so much, like, even angry at ourselves. We have maybe blundered probably. So, but you know, in the long run, you have to go through, like they say, the goal has to go through the fire for it to,
right.
Yeah. So we had gone through our fire, and you know, I think that this point is not a time to give up or a time to, you know, let go of the business we had started, but we will have to make it work,
right,
one way or the other.
Yeah. And I think that's like the mindset shift that has to happen in order for anything to work, right?
Exactly.
It's like you can, and I feel like this move is like, it feels sudden to me, because now we definitely shift our mindset about it. And so now we're going in full force. Whereas before it was like, okay, we have this business over there. Are we going to pursue it? It was kind of a question like, are we going to give it up? Are we going to sell it? Are we going to kind of like push it away? But now it's like, no, we're going in full force. And yeah, we literally don't know where we're going to live. We don't know the area. We're not familiar with it. I've been to North Carolina before. but it was never with the intent of like moving. So there's a lot of things, a lot of questions in the air, but I feel like it's gonna be okay, and we're gonna definitely have to downsize. We already live in a pretty small apartment, but I think we're gonna even materially just really downsize as much as we can, because going forward we don't want to have this load with us.
Yeah, so sure, as a family we're facing a dilemma, and we're just sharing this story of our life to other families out there who might have the same situation with us, or to other people who had the same situations before. So we're sharing this with those who will be interested in stories concerning the couples, and hopefully this is not going to be the first, or I mean not the last, but of course will be going on.
Yeah.
Right?
So just follow us on our journey as we travel, or as we move across the United States and build a business and be financially free.
So of course, basically, sitting in front of the camera and beginning to record ourselves and doing all of this is not what we have always been working on. We didn't do that. Probably maybe just taking a picture and post it on maybe Facebook or something like that and talk about, that's it. But sitting in front of the camera and begin to talk about your family, your life and things like that, it's kind of a weird thing, of course. So probably this video might look one of the weirdest out there.
It
probably
might not even make it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So that's it. So right now we are like almost everywhere. The topic is here and there and all of that. But who knows, that's how everything started.
That's so true.
Maybe if we keep doing this and then look back at it a few months or a year later, it may be like, we have improved a lot.
We'll see growth.
Yep.
See growth.
We'll see growth in that. So thank you everyone who is going to watch this. Yeah, we don't know, maybe it's gonna be out there, we may post it, and so if it make it out there if it made it out there, so we thank you guys. To whoever is going to watch this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think one thing for sure is you just gotta stop caring what other people think. You just gotta do it.
Yeah.
And if you have one person or two people that support you, that's more than enough.
And it was with that idea or with that mindset, that's why actually we started to click on the records and said, you know what, let's give it a shot. It's okay. People will look at it and then say, this is the most mediocre video or this or the other. But at the end of the day, you have to start from mediocrity and then
move your way up. Anyway, regardless whether or not our videos become popular or whatever, we're going to be millionaires. So when we look back at it, we're going to be like, there was, it's just for our own documentation.
It was a time.
Yeah. So you can like, subscribe, comment, put the share with your friends and family. Let us know, give us feedback. All
right, thank you. I think it's gonna be the end. Peace
out, niggas. I'm gonna delete that.